Imagine for a moment that today is your last day, not as an abstract thought, but truly, as if this very breath could be your final one. The Stoics, from Marcus Aurelius to Seneca, did not contemplate death to frighten themselves. They did it to awaken. They practiced Memento Mori, the art of remembering death. Memento Mori is not morbid. It is clarity. It is the lens through which life sharpens, decisions become deliberate, and joy becomes vivid. Death, inevitable and impartial, is our teacher. It reminds us that the present moment is all we truly possess. Consider Marcus Aurelius, emperor and general. Even amid the chaos of war and the burden of empire, he wrote, "Do every act of your life as though it were your last." On the battlefield, he understood that courage is measured not by fearlessness, but by the willingness to act despite fear, because life is fleeting. Each battle, each decision, each encounter carried weight precisely because time is finite. Seneca, advisor to emperors and a man surrounded by wealth and intrigue, practiced the same principle in quieter ways. He wrote letters reminding himself to value time above riches, to prepare the mind daily for death, and to focus only on what was within his control. When his enemies forced him to take his own life, he faced it calmly, with the same reasoned courage he had cultivated his whole life. Memento Mori teaches urgency without panic. It frees us from distraction and fear. Consider the Roman general Scipio Africanus. Facing impossible odds against Carthage, he understood that life could be taken at any moment, yet he remained focused, strategic, and unshakable. Knowing death is certain allows a mind to act with clarity, to pursue purpose without hesitation. Death reminds us to speak with honesty, to act with courage, and to love without hesitation. Every moment, fleeting and fragile, becomes infinitely precious. The Stoics did not cling to life desperately. They embraced it fully, precisely because it is impermanent. You can practice this daily. Each morning, imagine death comes for all, the young, the old, the powerful, the humble. Let this truth guide your words, your actions, your patience, your kindness, your resilience. Let it inspire gratitude, because the gift of this day, this breath, this thought is incomparable. Memento Mori also reminds us to distinguish between what we control and what we do not. Alexander the Great, despite his immense power, knew that battles are uncertain, allies are unpredictable, and life itself is fragile. Yet he focused on what he could shape: his strategy, his discipline, his courage. In embracing mortality, we find freedom. Freedom from distraction, from fear, from the illusion that time is endless. Imagine a simple practice. Before each action, ask, if this were my last day, would I do it this way? Let it shape your priorities. Let it shape your courage. Let it shape your love and your gratitude. Death is inevitable, but its timing is unknown. The art is in remembering, daily, gently, without despair, without avoidance. As Julius Caesar faced battles and political enemies, he knew his end could come at any moment. And yet, he acted decisively, courageously, as if fully aware that each day is a gift and a test. Memento Mori is freedom, clarity, and presence. It sharpens the mind, purifies the heart, and intensifies the soul. By contemplating our mortality, we ignite purpose, passion, and presence. By remembering death, we live fully. So ask yourself now, if today were your last, how would you act? What would you say? Whom would you cherish? Let these questions guide your life, not as shadows of despair, but as beacons of meaning. Memento Mori. Remember death and live fully, not in fear, not in avoidance, but with courage, wisdom, and a heart wide open to the fleeting, precious gift of life. Now imagine bringing this ancient wisdom into the chaos of the modern world. Life today is fast, noisy, and full of distractions, notifications, endless tasks, social pressures. They pull our attention in every direction. It is easy to forget that our time is limited, that every moment counts. Memento Mori reminds us to pause, to breathe, to reflect. It teaches us to prioritize what truly matters: meaningful work, honest relationships, acts of kindness, and personal growth. In a world obsessed with speed, status, and consumption, remembering death gives perspective. It reveals what is trivial and what is vital. Consider a modern professional, rushing from meeting to meeting, overwhelmed by deadlines. Practicing Memento Mori allows them to ask, does this task matter? Will this conflict matter in a year? Am I using my time wisely? The answer guides action, reduces anxiety, and fosters focus. For parents, friends, and partners, Memento Mori fosters presence. Each conversation, each moment of connection, is a chance to act with care and intention, because time with loved ones is not guaranteed. By remembering mortality, we can forgive quickly, speak honestly, and embrace love fully. Even in adversity, illness, financial hardship, failure, Memento Mori offers strength. Modern life is unpredictable. Challenges arise without warning. By contemplating death, we prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally, cultivating resilience and courage. Like the Stoics, we learn to accept what we cannot control and focus on what we can: our choices, our attitude, our response. In a society obsessed with youth, achievement, and distraction, Memento Mori is a radical act. It is a daily reminder that life is finite, and that true value lies not in possessions, but in virtue, purpose, and presence. By remembering death, we gain clarity, reduce fear, and cultivate gratitude for the ordinary, fleeting moments that comprise life. So whether you are facing a career decision, a personal challenge, or simply scrolling through endless distractions, pause and remember, death comes for all of us. Let this truth guide your actions. Let it inspire courage, focus, and love. Let it remind you to live fully, here and now. Memento Mori is not just an ancient practice. It is a modern tool, a lens through which to live deliberately, act wisely, and cherish every moment. Memento Mori is freedom, clarity, and presence. It sharpens the mind, purifies the heart, and intensifies the soul. By contemplating our mortality, we ignite purpose, passion, and presence. By remembering death, we live fully. So ask yourself now, if today were your last, how would you act? What would you say? Whom would you cherish? Let these questions guide your life, not as shadows of despair, but as beacons of meaning. Memento Mori. Remember death and live fully, and in that remembrance, discover the art of truly living.